Hi, this is Natalie here. I'm from Singapore. I have oily, acne-prone, clogged skin, and I have a friend for today. And that's why I was like doing a sleepover last night because I basically came to Lin Tong's house and like, what have we talked about? We've talked a lot about skincare since last night, and I was like, yeah, like this is supposed to be my week 2 video for my AM routine, and my routine has not changed dramatically except unless to bring in products from outside the fall box to supplement I think what the fall box already does for me. As I mentioned in my last video, the fall box for me personally is mostly about brightening and exfoliating, but it doesn't actually like do a whammy the way like donkey milk gel, sleeping beauty does for my acne. So I just incorporate those on days when I'm like I need that extra boost. Otherwise, not much has changed. So I think the topic for today I'm going to talk about then is like within your usual beauty routines, how are you going to incorporate like masks, like the Witches Brew mask into it to make your life like easier for yourself? Because this is not, I will do a proper review of this mask one day, but like masking is a difficult thing for a lot of people most of the time, because why would you want to like put in the amount of time and effort? But like there are some ways that you can do it to just make it easier for yourself. Okay, this is Tong. Hi. Do you want to say something about yourself? I feel like a hostess now.
No, oh my god, it's so awkward.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hi, SBee. Not really, you can go on.
Yeah, do you want to talk about like your skin type and your what your routine is usually like?
Right, I guess like the commonalities with me and Nat are that we both live in Singapore, which is tropical humid hell. We both wear like
a lot of makeup
and a lot of sunscreen every day, so we're very big on like the double cleanse, and I think clogged pores are probably a thing for us. Where we love retinol, but where we probably differ is that you really like radiance and I like glow, and some things just don't work for me and work for her. So it's quite interesting to see that like we have
very similar skin types
and similar climate, but different things work for us. So really your skin's different.
Yeah, like I think she didn't like Sleeping Beauty at first.
Oh yeah, but now I love it.
She had to find a way to hack it, to apply as little as everything else as possible and sort of like build up towards it. But for me, I just got it and I was like, yeah, blue tansy and that kind of thing. So yeah, and then she also tried we did the fall box products together with each other last night, except for the cleanser bit, but like all the serums and everything we used together just so we could get like an opinion on like someone else's opinion on what the fall box is like. Do you want to give that a go?
Oh, so it's amazing how gentle the botanical toner is. It's supposed to be a strong acid, right? But we went for it. We went for this, then we put apple cider, and then we put the retinol on top of that. And our skin is fine. Our faces have not fallen off. And it really gives you that clarity and that evenness of tone, which is great.
Oh, yeah, and like unlike me, Tong has done the apple cider serum before in her routine. So yeah, if anything, like which then really confirms I think that the botanical acid toner is the real game changer within the routine, because like she's applied it with retinols before. I do it on and off depending on how my skin's doing, but I have not swapped botanical acid beauty out of my routine except for that one day yesterday because I packed it away and used maple essence instead, and I can tell you I really miss that during that period. Okay, let's talk about Witches Brew. Hi Natalie. So like for those who watch my unboxing video, you'll know that like my Witches Brew, I spilled Witches Brew all my laptop, and I was thinking it was a very runny mask at that point in time. It is not. So if you use detox, it's actually like a mask that's very similar to detox in terms of like it is a rice bran oil base, and then there is a lot of sludge at the bottom that you have to stir around.
Does it sound like detox? Because it sounds like detox.
Yeah, stir around. It has a sort of a green scent the way detox has also. Is it? Oh, no. Detox is more...
Wait. Okay, detox is that green smoothie that you kind of want to pay like $9 for, and then you drink it and you're like, I want sugar. But this one has a more pleasant smell.
This is a lot more pleasant. I suspect it's the honey. Yeah. So I've used it 3 times, and so if you count the 3 times in the spillage, I am actually like two thirds through this jar. yeah, and you don't need a lot of this, especially with most SB products. You don't really need a lot of this to incorporate in your regime. Yeah, okay, so let's like we'll mask as we do this video, and I'm taking my glasses off, so I'm not gonna be able to see any of the comments that come off because I'm
I'll read
blind
it out.
without my glasses.
Lin Tong says hi Natalie and Lin Tong. So we're like hi everybody, hi.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like not break up the videos with highs because like
Okay.
they end up, or the L's end up editing the video for YouTube
Okay,
afterwards.
so you're
Oh, okay.
you apply and then I hold the mirror. That's
okay,
the point.
okay. I'll apply.
Pressure.
Oh, no. Okay. So like, I'm very lazy with masking. I need to say this. That's why like I try to do overnight sleeping packs instead, like the donkey milk gel sleeping pack, or I like to do thank you. Or I like to do the kind of masks that are you just leave on overnight. That's why I like Sakikasu a lot, because I either spot treat or I just put it all over my face if I feel like it needs that brightening effect. Like if my skin has been feeling very dull and needs a bit of exfoliation because it has like kojic acid in it, right? Yeah. So so this is a change for me. I've never before bought any of the masks that require you to stir and to apply and everything. So I'm very glad the scent is a lot more pleasant than the detox, because like if I own detox I probably wouldn't apply it for myself either. Okay, I'm done. I need a tissue. Where's your tissue?
On your right.
Oh. Yeah, so it's very once you mix it up, the oil isn't too bad, honestly. Like it's quite dry, and then you can just like apply directly on your face. I'm not very liberal with my application today. Like when I go with Sakikasu, it's really like that. Okay, I hold the mirror for you. Do you need a mirror actually?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then for me, when I'm doing masks, I said I like overnight masks. I like sheet masks because they're really good for forcing your, like whenever I over apply a cream or product, actually my way of dealing with it is to use a sheet mask because it forces your skin to absorb everything, and then when I take it off, it doesn't feel like, I don't feel as much like a grease towel anymore. So that's my way of dealing with over application of products. Yeah, so I've used Witches Brew, sorry, maybe once a week since I got the box. Like I said, I used it like 3 times. Yeah, so once a week since I got the box. I think I don't use it often enough to see the real results yet, but my skin definitely feels a lot smoother. Like there is a slight exfoliation effect, and just a lot brighter. I won't say it feels like incredibly moisturized after that, but it does feel a lot brighter after application. Even like I don't need to leave it overnight, and you shouldn't leave this mask on overnight because like, yeah, no, you'll stain your bed unless you're okay with staining your sheets, and that's another story. What's your thought?
It's okay. The smell is a lot nicer than detox, which I think helps if you hate like the green smoothie kind of smell. It texture is slightly different as well, so it's there's a lot less of that oil feeling, but there also isn't that matcha powder kind of texture that detox has. That has a little layer underneath, but we'll see about results.
Oh, do you want to talk about how you incorporate masks into your beauty regime? Because you're very busy also.
Right. So I tend to do overnight, or I do stealth masking. So my favorite thing to do is to wear a clear mask and then go downstairs and like buy groceries or eat breakfast and just like I have a mask on, but you know, whatever, nobody can tell.
What do you use for your clear mask?
Clear mask. I do the Holy Lotus. I do that a lot.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
Dream, if you don't rub it in and it emulsifies, it can be kind of clear. Yeah. What else do I do? I tend to do donkey gel overnight or Sakikasu spot treat.
Okay. Yeah, we lost signal for a second there. Okay.
It's
What?
10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, it's been 10 minutes. Okay. Oh no, we will finish off with this offline. We still have like 5 more minutes because that's the hard limit for all the testers. The other thing I want to say is like force myself to use a mask after every time I wear contact lenses, because I think this is an issue in the comments. Like someone was asking, how do you deal with wearing glasses and being like blind and then wearing masks? I think that's a reason why also I'm not a fan of wearing masks a lot, because it does mean that like either I get my glasses dirty and then I have to wash them with like detergent or something afterwards, or I have to like just wear my contact, I just have to be blind. So yeah, I wear contact lenses, and then before I take them off, I just make sure I do a quick mask before like doing anything. Yeah.
Oh, I just wear my glasses because I am really, really blind. Like, I just wear them, and I just wear the old ones, and they'll live. It's fine. If you're precious about your glasses, use your old glasses. Don't.
Yeah. And use the plastic kind, so they won't be as badly affected, like instead of the metal ones. Okay. I don't know. Like, I feel like we should, because I feel like we should leave this mask on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, then we'll come back and
then we'll come back and then we'll like write about it in the comments. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick check of what anyone has said. Okay.
Witches Brew or Detox?
Foon Chong said Detox or Witches Brew. The thing is, I've not used Detox, so I'm not the best person to say this, but I do, like, just from smell alone, I would go with Witches Brew, because if it's gonna be it is a bit difficult, like, to have to apply this, because you have to mix and then you have to like manual apply this. I don't usually use a spatula the way Lin Tong is so civilized. I use my fingers. Clean fingers, but I use my fingers to stir it up and then apply it onto my face. So yeah, if it's gonna be so difficult, I would prefer to use something that at least I like the smell of. Yeah. Which would you buy?
Oh,
What?
That's a great idea, actually. Natalie says she uses the other
Okay, we got cut off for another moment there. Yep. Natalie Wilson Bridges says that she uses a silicone mask and puts her glasses over it.
That's genius. You look like Hannibal, but that's genius.
No, that's great. It also means that like if anybody you don't want to like comes to knocking on your door at 10 at night, then you can scare them away.
Okay, leave me alone.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, I think that's about it. We're gonna go off and then we will write in the comments and answer questions in the comments on like how we feel about this mask, but we're gonna leave it on for another 20 minutes, so you don't want to watch us talk about nothing for 20 minutes. Okay, bye!